Hello, thank you for watching Gabbin About Games. This is Miguel Sanchez, and today I'd like to quickly just give an update as to a project that's very close to my heart, if my dog will be quiet. And that's the 13th Doll. The 13th Doll is a fan-made, semi-authorised sequel to the 7th Guest. The 7th Guest and the 11th Hour, if you aren't aware, were released in the early to mid-90s. They were basically point-and-click puzzle games. If any of you speak with Viper, I know that Viper played them as well. And they're games that mean a lot to me. The 7th Guest was one of the first CD... It wasn't the first, but one of the first CD-ROM games I bought. I will say at the time when I bought it, I was about 10, 11 years old. It scared the hell out of me, and there were very few puzzles in the game I could actually solve. I didn't actually complete the game under my own legitimacy until I was about 26, 27. So, you know, it took me the best part of this. Is a game that I like to think took me 15 years to complete. Now, I did say in a prior video that I was getting a little concerned that the game might have been in a bit of development hell. There hadn't been a regular update on the game, and I was starting to get worried that the whole thing might fizzle out. How wrong was I? The game has actually really moved on in the last few weeks. They have finished filming. Not only have they started filming, they have actually finished it now. So that's all done. Most of the engine's finished, so it's literally more just a case of putting the pieces together now and ironing out the kinks. I would expect there will be some kind of alpha release. I would know that alpha releasing is only going to backers. This isn't something that's going to be released early in alpha. It's only actual backers of a particular level, which I chose not to participate in, that will be getting that early access. But I would expect that in the next month or two, and I would probably expect the game to be ready for release summer. So, you know, let's get to summer and see how we're doing then. But I think possibly a July-August release is looking very likely. So, really pleased for this. If anyone involved in the project is watching, I would just like to say thank you to them. I have been a member of sorts of this project for a very long time, probably for getting close to 10 years. I've been following this project. It's had a lot of ups and downs, but things really seem to be coming to fruition now, and it's got everything going for it, and I wish it every success. I hope they can get it all finished off. I hope there's not too many more problems or snags that they come across. As I understand it, everything's looking pretty good at the moment, and there seems to be an air of optimism, and that's the important thing as far as I'm concerned, because it's not a case that I care about losing my money. I just want the game to be done. I want there to be just one, if not a last hurrah, then a breath of life put into this franchise, which has been trying to get a sequel for an official sequel for the last 10 years with really bad effort. And limited success. There was a proof of concept. If you look on YouTube under the 7th Guest 3, The Collector, there is a concept video out there. That was an official release they looked to do, but that never got out of development. They did try and get an official Kickstarter about 3 years ago. That just failed miserably, but I'm going to be honest, it failed mostly because of the people that were doing it did it really badly. They just did not have any idea how to crowdfund a project. So and it was frustrating for me as well, because I was looking in and it was just, you're doing this wrong. And I would really, I'm not saying that I'd have got the funding, but I'd like to think that anyone with half a brain as to how these things work or have participated in crowdfunding projects would have had an idea as to how to get this at least closer to the finish line. I did try very hard in my own limited way, but just couldn't do it. So really looking forward to that. I will give updates as it carries on, because I said this is a project very, very close to me. Yours truly did a little bit of work on it, a tiny bit of work on it many years ago. So I've always cared about it, and it's as I said, it's a fan-made sequel to a series of games that I'm very, very fond of. So that's if you want to check the website, that's www.t7g3.com. That's the 7thguest3.com. It should come up if you do a Google on it, and check it out. They have stopped the Kickstarter now, but you can do what they call a slacker backer, where you can donate to the project via PayPal, and you can still qualify for some of the tiered items. So please check it out and give it your support. Thanks.